Hall of Fame offensive lineman Joe Thomas, his thoughts on how the Browns worked the rookie quarterbacks into their preseason game.
The preseason is just different than the regular season. Teams are not putting out their starters. They're not putting a real game plan out. They're not trying to attack your weaknesses. They're not trying to make you think and try to confuse you. They're just doing their basic stuff. And so it's much easier for a rookie quarterback to look good because it's much more like college for them. They have easy progressions, easy reads. They know the few coverages they're going to get. They're not getting crazy blitzes. They're not having to change the play at the line of scrimmage because they don't have the full menu of an offense or a weak game plan like they will during the season. I mean, when you're going against the starters, there's a reason they're starters because they've been in the NFL. And so the level of competition is just so much steeper when you are going against those starters in the preseason. You have to see it through a perspective lens that gives you some ability to understand, like, this might not be what it would look like when the starters are out there. You have to be able to measure that a little bit and have some realistic expectations, because you can, on one hand, be really excited about the progress of your rookies and to be excited about, hey, they look good in this situation, because it's about developing that path of growth to having a chance to be a starter, even if they're not there right now. Whereas when you go out there and you're thrown to the wolves and you've got the first team defense playing all their stuff, like, you may not even have a chance to show off your decision making and your arm strength because you're so confused at what you see. You don't even know who to go to. You don't even know what to do. And that lack of confidence can make you look really, really bad. And I think the Browns have done a good job in spite of some outside national criticism of protecting the rookies, putting them in as many situations as possible to help them grow and develop without destroying their confidence.
And Lance, we've talked about it. Preseason is not the same as regular season. That Joe Thomas laid that out perfectly in why it's great that we've seen Dillon Gabriel play well. Shedeur Sanders didn't play well, but that's okay too.
Yeah, I said it when Sanders played really well in his first start and Dillon did well, and vice versa. You can't look into it either way. I will say this from Joe. I love the idea. I've been saying the word scaffolding. I'm going to use his word from now on, the path of growth. I really, really like that, because that's exactly right. You're taking steps, right? You can't go from the bottom step to the top step. You got to take all the steps in the middle. And that's what I've been saying about Dillon, just because of his ability to process setback protections, just because he played so long in college. Those are things that Shedeur, because he's a very smart kid, he'll get to there as well. But it is such a different game. And I think DTR is a great example of, like, preseason versus regular season. And I really like DTR. But it's hard. The NFL is hard. That's why there's only 32 guys in the world that start a quarterback in the NFL. It's a really hard position to play because of everything Joe Thomas said. The other thing I would say is this: that's why Joe Flacco gives this team the best chance to win. And I think what they did with the rookies is they set them up for success, and they gave them things that they would be successful with, and now they can build on that with Joe Flacco as a starter, with the idea that you got to keep learning, you got to keep doing stuff. But if you look at, like, Shedeur Sanders and when he didn't play well, he'll learn from that because they took away his first throw like they didn't in his first thing, and that's just what the NFL does. They're going to take away. When Joe says they're going to take away what you do well, those guys get paid a lot of money to watch film all day. That's what those defense coordinators do. So they'll grow, they'll be good. And I think Joe Thomas said it best. I think that was a great how he said that. They're only going to get better. They were set up for success, and they're going to have to continue to learn as they move forward.
And again, we have a huge, and you know this as well as I do, there's a huge contingent of Shedeur Sanders fans. Be patient. Let him grow. Let's see what he can do. But make no mistake, it wasn't good against the Rams, and it had nothing to do with who was on the field with them. It just wasn't good enough. He knows that.
Yeah, he does. It's funny when you say that. It's like when I used to get yelled at because somebody would scream at you, "Coach, that's a terrible call." And I would always think to myself, yeah, well, it was pretty terrible. So I guarantee you Shedeur Sanders knows exactly that he didn't play very well. He probably knows he pressed a little bit. I think he probably has some relief in terms of he can just now work on his craft. Make no mistake, all the things that people want to say about these quarterbacks, whether it be good or bad, and there is quite a passionate following. And the way I look at it, people have expectations, and people have expectations when they're Browns fans, and that's okay. So when people tag me and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about because they're passionate about what they like, I'm okay with that, because that, without expectations, you get complacent. And he's going to have to grow, and he's going to have to get better, and he's going to have to lose some of his bad habits, which I think he will. The upside is still very good, but it's going to take some time. and some patience and some fundamental work, and he'll get there. Patience is the key. That's not what Browns fans are always great at, but that's what's going to take, some patience.